Hey, what's going on, guys? The Offline Warrior here, and I just wanted to make like a little update video regarding my experience with my gaming PCs, my first gaming PC ever. So I just wanted to make this video for any of you guys who are maybe curious to purchasing a gaming PC yourself or building one or seeing if you need one and how it stacks up in 2021 versus next gen consoles maybe. So I've had my gaming PC for about a week and a half now, and it's not the strongest build, but it is a decently powered build. It's a RTX 3070 build, and so I now have a gaming PC, a PlayStation 5, and a Nintendo Switch. And I wanted to kind of do a little comparison as to my experiences with them and how they stack up to each other. So obviously, technically, the gaming PC is the strongest device, but there's a lot of know-how and a lot of different mechanics and everything that go into a PC. If I'm being completely honest, they're much more complicated than any other console out there. For instance, I paid a lot of money for my gaming PC, what I consider to be a lot of money, and while I can, for the most part, play the more recent games on ultra settings, for the most part, there is some frame drops in certain areas. Some games run better than others. And then the thing is, too, on PC, some games just aren't optimized. So, when you have a console, for instance, PlayStation 5 or even PlayStation 4, whenever I purchase a game or something like that, I honestly never have that worry if the game is going to work, unless it's Cyberpunk 2077. But that's CD Projekt Red's mistake on their part. But the thing with PC is that when you get a game, there's that you have to wonder, is this going to work on my build? Is this going to run? Or is this game even optimized? Because half the times it's not even your PC build, it's the optimization of the game itself. For example, Dragon Quest XI on PC runs like absolute dog shit for some reason. It could be played at a beautiful 4K 60 on my PlayStation 5, but my PC, which I have spent thousands of dollars on, it runs like absolute dog shit. And it's not my build, it's just the optimization of the game. And you could tell in that sense that the PC port was definitely an afterthought, and that's just unfortunate to be the case. So I wanted to make the comparison now in 2021 with my experience with PC gaming build and a next gen console, being that I have a PlayStation 5. So like I said, for the most part, I can play these higher demanding games on ultra settings, but I will have frame drops and hiccups here and there. Whereas my next gen console, my PlayStation 5, I won't. They'll look beautifully and run beautifully. Now, obviously, they don't have all the stuff that the PC has. The PC has ray tracing. Some of the games even have higher than 60 frame rate, stuff like that, and you can have all that jammed into one, and that's cool. But on a next gen console, if it runs beautifully and looks beautifully and you just have to sacrifice a little bit of ray tracing for the price of the next gen console, that's not really that bad. It doesn't matter. But when you spent thousands of dollars on a gaming PC and that shit stutters, it dips below 60, or you can't play it in 4K or 1440p, or you can't play it with ray tracing, that shit honestly makes a big difference, because you spent all that money building this PC and it can't do some stuff that this next gen console can all at once. So that's a little bit disappointing. So I don't want to discourage any of you guys out there from getting a gaming PC. I definitely don't regret it. But in 2021, if I had to choose and say which for someone to get, I would say, if you can, get a next gen console. I still primarily game on my PlayStation 5. My gaming PC is just a bonus. I mostly just use it for Xbox Game Pass and the very few games that are exclusive to PC, like Persona 4 Golden and Chrono Trigger, which Atlas and Square Enix need to step up their game on that and give us a port of those on consoles. But yeah, other than that, my PlayStation 5, maybe maybe last gen, like PC was the way to go. PC had the higher frame rate, had the better resolution, all that. But with next gen consoles, while they're obviously not as powerful and can't do as much as a PC, I feel like for their price, they do a great amount. For example, I've been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart Time, I think it's called, on my PlayStation 5, and that game runs and looks beautifully. And if it was on PC, yeah, it probably running, I guess, could be better on my PC, but you have to make the choice. Like, for $500, that's a really good deal, as opposed to a couple $1,000s. So yeah, just wanted to give a little update, give my thoughts about my gaming PC. I definitely don't regret it, and I do like it, but I just wanted to give insight to anyone out there who was thinking about building a PC, or is trying to build one, or was curious about one in the future, as opposed to how they stand up to next gen consoles and stuff like that. So unless you have a couple $1,000s lying around, you don't really need a gaming PC. If you want to play like the new high-end games, like I said, it depends on your taste, what you like. If you're more of an Xbox guy, a PlayStation guy, it doesn't really matter. We like all types of games here. But yeah, I would say unless you just have that money laying around and you just really want it, then a next-gen console like a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X is probably like the more cost-efficient way to go, and just overall, if you just want gaming. But yeah, that's up to you guys. I hope you guys got some information from this video. Hope it was informative to you. Hope it made you realize some things, or maybe learn a little bit. And if you like this, like and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys next time.